This is a Asus U41JF. As you might notice, the other two videos that I've done are also on the U41 series, except this one is the middle of the range Core i5 Arendelle edition. The difference is it's got a black lid and also a black touchpad and touch surface as well. This one in particular is for sale. If you live in Ontario, you can check out the ad that's posted right in the description. But this one, the specs are a Core i5 480M, an Nvidia GT4251 1GB DDR3 Ram, and also 6GB of 1333 MHz DDR3 RAM. So the screen is a 1366 by 768 16.9 aspect ratio glare screen, and it features a chiclet style non-backlit keyboard, and everything in this condition wise, there's a bit of wear here and a bit of over here. It does feature a 500GB 7200 RPM drive, and it has Windows 7 Ultimate 64-bit Genuine Edition. So if you noticed on the U41JF that I did on a previous video, the lid was silver. This one, it is the same brushed aluminum finish, but except it is finished in black. So the fingerprints are going to be a little more visible than the silver one that you saw in the previous videos. I'll show you turning on. So the two other videos, they had their backlit keyboard. The backlit keyboard is not standard on the U41. It's a modification that is inputted by me. For example, this one is the one unit I have. It's got the backlit keyboard. It can be done with just a bit of, if you're handy with solder guns and a bit of wiring. So it does have a DVD rewritable drive. No Blu-rays available. I'll talk you through all the ports that are available. Also, for the U41JF series, the Asus motherboard themselves, they feature an overclock that is internally overclocked itself. It's not a feature that is featured most on notebooks. So even though the Core i5, you've been asking that it already overclocks, but what Asus does, it takes the Core i5's top clock and 15% overclocks even further. So if you check the 480M processor, just give you a look. So 2.67 gigahertz is the stock clock for non-turbo. You can see the Windows index rating. Sorry if it's not focusing. The processor is at 6.9. The memory is at 6.9. The graphics is 4.4. The reason why it is so low, because it is only rated for the Intel 8 IGP HD graphics. The gaming graphics is 6.6 and the hard drive is 5.9. 5.9 is limited because of the base 6400 RPM drive. Let me just show you what the maximum clock is, and then I'll show you what it is after with the turbo boost. It will actually show the 15% overclock. So you can see the max turbo frequency is 2.933 gigahertz. But when demanding tasks are being put, it will overclock itself. It's at 2.8, it's at 3.17, 3.29, and 3.24. So you can already see it's already above the stock turbo boost clock already. This laptop was released at the introduction of the Sandy Bridge. So when Asus came out with this laptop, they came out a bit late. So what they did was they inputted a turbo boost on top, a overclock on top of the turbo boost to keep up with the Sandy Bridges. And to this day, even with this processor, it is still good for rendering. I've done an AutoCAD, I've done SolidWorks rendering, and they all work decently well with the dual core, though a quad core is still recommended. It does feature an 8-cell battery. If you have it on light settings, it could last for about 6 to 7 hours. If you're doing demanding tasks, it only lasts about 2 hours, which is still good when you're doing heavy task renderings. So I'm just going to show you just a quick sort of graphics on the GT425. You can see the fan whirling away. It is always going to be constantly around 3 gigahertz, so this processor is pretty good. So to show you the frames right now, it's at 80 to 76 frames per second. Fancy. So graphics are to highest as I can. Render distance is normal. Performance is balanced. Smooth lighting is on. So even with that already, I am still getting around 83 per second and is very smooth. 121 frames per second. And Minecraft, it is a lot of rendering with the processor and also graphics. So you can see that the graphics, even though it is a 400 series GPU, it still is up to task for whatever you need. And for the price range, it will pretty much beat anything you can buy at the big box stores. You can hear the fan whirling. So under heavy tasks, it only features one fan. So you show the hard drive. So I said 500 gigabyte, 234 gigabytes for C drive, and 231 gigabyte for D drive, and 6 gigabyte RAM. For an everyday laptop use, it is pretty usable. It can last you for quite a while if you're not after the top of the performance equipment every year. For day-to-day tasks with the 8-cell battery, it could be very handful, because if you look on the market, there isn't a lot of 8-cell batteries on a 14-inch design. And so what Asus does is incorporate that, which is a pretty good bonus for if you're in school for the whole day. So I'm going to show you the 8-cell battery. It is an 14.4 volts with 5800 milliamp. And this battery, I checked with the CPU ID, it is wear ratings of only 7%. For a laptop that was produced in 2011, January, there's a production date on here. Do apologize for the quality. Nope. But regardless, this particular unit is for sale. So if you live in Ontario and you've seen this video, you can email me to schedule a viewing. Thank you.